And now, live from Las Vegas, the Joey Ciccone Show.
The Joey Ciccone Show.
Connected.
And it's Friday, and you're on the Joey Ciccone Show, connected live from Las Vegas. Live from Las Vegas, here at the World Center of Broadcast Media. I'm here with you again, 11 o'clock, 11:05. We go to noon. My engineer here, Scotty, man, we're taking care of business today. Want to wish everybody a happy Friday like I always do. End of the week. I know a lot of you work. You're excited. You got that nice holiday coming up. What do they call it? Halloween. Halloween. It's going to be fun. I got a little trick for you today, all right? Which I'm going to tell you here real shortly. Real quick, I want to just reach over and I want to just say, Mr. Mark Zapula. I finally got the book, Paisan. I finally got the last longshoreman autographed to me. I love you, baby. That's beautiful. Little shout out to Bob Perry, Redemption Alley. These books I'm showing you, they're the bomb. They're beautiful. Today I got a guest I got to get right to. Before I do that, I just want to say one word, the Chicago Cubs. That's what I want to say, Scott. The Cubbies, baby. And if you don't like it, too bad. Tonight we see what happens on the third game. On the line with me, directly from the Midwest, a relative of one of the biggest crime bosses I ever want to say, and you want to say too, the number one boss of the Chicago outfit, Al Capone. He's not with me, but his relative is. Let's say hi to Jeep Capone on the line. Jeep, how you doing?
Oh, fantastic, Joey. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today, buddy. I'm glad. I'm so excited to have you and the things we're going to talk about and what we're going to get into. It's fantastic. People are already chiming in already this morning. Remember, hit that button on the Joey Ciccone Show and chat in. We're going to have shout-outs. We're going to have it all going on today. Dude, man, it's so nice to have you. Man, I want to just get into a few things. Me and you have a lot in common. We've been friends for, I don't know, maybe about 7-8 years, right? Somewhere on Facebook.
That's correct.
Obviously.
That's true.
And I know you always posted nice things, and I kept in touch, but we didn't really put two and two together and have this opportunity. And today that's going to happen. I'm very excited about it, and I want to get right into some things. You're a jazz drummer. That's what I want to, because jazz is my life, but I mean, you're a jazz drummer, and that just blew me away when we were talking about that. How did that happen?
Well, you know what? My mother owned a record store when I was growing up. So she had it before I was born. And it was in the south side of Rockford, Illinois. And she had mainly jazz and blues and gospel music in the store. And so that's what I heard every day, all day, for the first 15 years of my life. And
right.
It just was embedded. I just love it. And it just, you know, the artists in those days would come to the house, they'd come to the store to promo their records. They had the internet, obviously, and on all of the marketing tools that are available today. So the artists would go to the record stores and sign autographs and shake hands, and I was around these people, and it's just part of my life.
You were around it, and you dug the sound, you dug the vibe, and then how did the drums fall in? How come not the, I'm a guitar player, but how come not the guitar, the bass, maybe a horn? Did you just dig the drums? Pounding around on the pots?
Well, you know what, Joey,
or pounding on people?
I beat the heck out of, I wrecked all the furniture in the house, beating on it with sticks and
right.
hangers and everything
right.
else.
Right. Right.
From the time, as far back as I can remember, people have asked me, I'm 5 years old, what are you going to be when you grow up? I would always say a drummer. I mean, it's just very strange. I guess it's just in me.
Yeah, and your mom would be like, he's going to be a drummer. I got to hear this noise. The drummers are the worst because you got to hear that, not the worst, they're the best, but you got to hear that banging all the time. And you definitely don't want to have them as neighbors, okay? Or the guy living above you in an apartment. But God bless, man. Listen, let's just jump right into it, all right? Relative of Al Capone, all right? Now,
Correct.
Let me bring something up here, okay? The stories are out there of Al died of certain complications. What did he really die from?
The documentation says syphilis. I got to tell you, there's a little bit of discrepancy in my family. That they say, well, in those days, syphilis was a common diagnosis when people had diabetes. And so some family members think it was diabetes. Some family members say syphilis. I don't know. From what I understand, they're similar symptoms.
Wow.
And documentation says it was the disease of syphilis. My father vehemently said,
"Hey, Jilly's a relative."
Diabetes, but I don't know.
All right, well, that's cool. At least it gets out there. But they said syphilis, but then you think of that, you think of sexual disease and everything. But if it came from diabetes, and at the time, what are we talking? 1920s, 30s? Well, he died.
30s.
He died at what?
30s, 40s.
Yeah, he died. Al Capone died at what? 33 years old. Am I right on that?
He was a little older than that. It was in 47.
Yeah.
He was born. Yeah, he was born in 1899. So.
Why am I going to you? You're the relative, and I'm going to you. You would know that for sure. Did you? Let me ask you something. Did you get any special treatment? Hey man, I'm related to Al Capone. Take care of me. Hook me up.
Yeah, my family kept their last name. Many Capones changed their names because it was just difficult growing up in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. It was, public sentiment, the government, vendettas, etc. Many Capones found it better to change their name. Some of us kept it. And, being that we kept the name, yes, I did get treated differently than a lot of folks, I guess. Sometimes special favors, special seat in the house. Other times I would be looked down upon. And so it kind of ran from being treated as royalty and then it's being treated as a bad guy. So it covered one end to the other.
No, that's so cool because that was like one of my other questions. Like, because with it, when you carry the name, there's good and bad that comes with it, and
Yep.
And I want to get into some of those other questions, but we're gonna wait till our next segment. But I like jumping around a little bit. So you're excited about the Cubs?
Oh, I'm elated. If you could see, I got tears in my eyes when you said Cubs. I mean, it's just. I was born into it, and it's just.
Scotty, put the shot up. Put him on the drums and the Cubs.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem real, Joey. It really doesn't. It hasn't hit me yet that we're actually in the series. So they're at the third game, and it doesn't seem real.
Everyone I know from back home, and everyone's going nuts. They're saying the same thing. Tom Dreesen is my daughter's godfather. He's a very great friend of mine. 13 years with Sinatra. He's going to be at tonight's game, Saturday and Sunday, and he's waited since he was a child that he never thought, before I leave this world, this could happen, man. I love it, baby. The Cubbies, baby, they're on the night. I got 20 seconds. Talking to Jeep Capone, man. Relative of Al Capone, all right? This dude's a great jazz musician, a drummer. You're watching the Joey Ciccone Show on the World Center of Broadcast Media, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. In a house with my buddy Scott. We'll be right back.